Hi, is Paul there?
This is he.
Hey, what's up, Paul? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay. Sorry, who is this?
My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi. How can I help you?
Well, I'm calling you today because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you.
What?
It was about your laugh and how sexy it is. A lot of it was about your laugh.
Okay. Thanks for calling. I'm not really interested in just one of those prank call shows. It's very.
This is not.
Like I'm not very interested.
Paul, I promise this is not a prank phone call. They really did compliment your laugh in the email. It's actually from a girl that you went on a date with. Her name is Eileen.
All right. Yeah.
And Eileen sent us an email about you because she really enjoyed the time that you spent together, but now you're not calling her back after your date. So she wanted us to get you on the phone and find out what went wrong.
Oh, boy. Seems like an odd way to do this. I don't really see how that's any of your business.
Well, I mean, I guess technically it's not really, but Eileen sort of made it our business because she asked us to call you. She just wants to know why you won't go out with her again. Can you give us anything?
It's because she's not a good person.
What?
Whoa!
We talked to her and she sounded like a great person.
Yeah.
Well, I went on a date with her, and I'm sorry, I don't see myself having a future with someone who's a murderer.
Wow, you went from bad person to murderer.
Dang.
Whoa, murderer?
Look, you called me. What do you want?
I just would love to know how you figured out that Eileen is a murderer.
Who did she kill?
That's a big claim.
Did you see her on like America's Most Wanted or something?
Look, she's very engaging and charming. We went out. We had a good dinner. We went back to her place. Mm-hmm. She invited me in. I don't normally say yes on the first date, but I was having a great time.
Yeah.
And then we went into her place, and she had a stuffed goose on the wall.
What? I thought you were going to say like there was a dead body in the freezer or something.
There was a dead body hanging on the wall. And I asked her about it, and she told me she's a hunter, all right? And she went hunting, found that thing, hunted it down, tracked it down, killed it in cold blood. And this is not funny.
I'm sorry. It just
there were.
Well, you can see how, it kind of sounds that way because you called her a murderer and then you're telling us because...
she is a murderer. Okay? Animal lives mean a lot to me.
But there's a lot of people that hunt for food and for recreation.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who hunt, and fine, that's their life. They can live that way if they want to. I'm not going to be involved with someone who does, and I'm certainly not going to be involved with someone who hunts just to put them up on their wall like trophies. She had a boar's head in there. There were ducks. Like being in a horror movie, okay? I have no interest in dating a butcher, all right? I have no interest in dating a murderer. But you can laugh all you want. Animals are lives, too. And she's a murderer. You take a life, no matter what, you're a murderer. You can tell her that. You can tell her that's why we're not having a second date.
All right, well, you know
angry.
What, Paul? I don't actually have to tell her that you think she's a murderer because she's on the line listening and probably would love to talk to you right now.
Are you freaking serious? You're calling me a murderer because I like to hunt?
Yeah, I am.
Oh.
I just don't understand. You were at my house. Why didn't you say something then? You literally said, oh, cool.
I was being polite, okay? I was being polite because I wanted to leave as quickly as possible. I don't know, if you're going to kill one animal, maybe you'll kill another one.
So wait, Paul, you left because you were scared of her?
I left because I was disgusted that she would take a life, yes.
I mean, honestly, it's not like I was killing like an elephant. It's a f***ing goose. They're vermin. Literally, you have to hunt them. Otherwise, they will cause problems like airplane crashes and car crashes. I'm doing everyone a favor. I'm saving tax dollars. You should be thanking me.
It's a lot of tough talk from someone who has to hang birds on their wall to feel good about themselves.
I don't hang birds on my wall to feel good about myself. I do it because I love natural history, and I love the idea of being proud of what I can do in my culture and my past. It's way more beautiful than just wearing a
natural history so much that you're just going to go out and kill it. That makes a lot of sense.
I just think it's disgusting that you would criticize and judge me based on something that brings me so much joy and happiness. My father took me hunting. It's a part of my happiest memories. Every time I look at the boar on the wall, I think about how great my childhood was. Probably how you feel about, like, I don't know, douching yourself or something.
I can't handle that.
That was the kind of discourse I expect from a murderer.
Oh my God.
Because you are a murderer. I stood in your living room. I saw the bodies of defenseless animals staring at me. Have you ever made eye contact with these animals? I'm sure you haven't. You think you have, but you haven't. You haven't looked into their souls and seen the pain on their faces when their lives were taken by some woman with daddy issues who went out to go hunt just to feel good about herself.
Are you kidding me? Grow some f***ing balls, dude. Like, have you ever even held a gun? Do you even know what you're talking about, or are you just speaking out of your ass?
I'll say it takes a lot more to save a life rather than take a life, okay? You ever think about it when you stick a gun in those animals' faces, that they have families, that they're just like people? They have lives that you're destroying just so you can have some decorations in your living room?
Oh, my God, Paul, thank you so much. You've made it so clear for me. I really get it now. Yeah, because the last time I saw a f***ing goose build a skyscraper like a human did, or the last time I saw a goose, like, solve a math problem like a human did, yeah, they're just like humans. The next one I see, I'll nickname it Paul, and I'll remember that it has a soul before I kill it.
Hey, that leads me to my question. Paul, would you like to go out on a second date with Eileen? We will pay
I do
for
not
it.
want to go on a second date with him.
Well, I know. I just thought I'd ask him.
You sure made a lot of phone calls trying to get a hold of me if you don't want to go on a second date with me. There's a lot about
Yeah,
your
and leave it to a pussy like you to not even respond. I should have known. Only a little girl wouldn't respond. A real
You
man
need
would
to
have been
kill
like,
animals to
nah,
feel
bitch.
good about yourself, and you need to get a radio station to find you a man. Wonderful. You're a real tough hero.
Oh my God.
Whatever. Enjoy your f***ing easy bake oven, you little bitch.
Oh my God.
Paul, thank you for your time. Are you still there?
Oh my
Eileen,
God.
I think you scared him off.
Did he hang up?
Oh, you guys, this is so... I'm so mad. Like, I wasted wine on that idiot.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Eric, please?
this is Eric.
Hey, Eric, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Radio. Okay.
All right, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay. The reason that I'm calling you, though, is we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if somebody goes out on a date with someone and then they feel like they're getting blown off after the date, they email us to call that person and ask them why. You recently went out with a girl named Hannah who listens to our show.
Oh.
And Hannah is wondering why you haven't called her or texted her and asked her to go out again.
Okay.
Did you like Hannah?
Yeah, Hannah was fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Do you have a few minutes to tell us why you're not texting her back?
Well, we hung out for about 3 hours at a concert, and I guess I just didn't really know what to say.
Like you didn't know what to say, like it was awkward for you to be on the date, or
Well, for me, she was hard to have a conversation with.
Was
Okay.
she like intimidating or something because she was real pretty?
No. She just said a few things where I said to myself, I was like, I don't think I could see myself having a relationship with this person.
What type of things are we talking?
She just had a lot of her facts wrong.
Her facts about what?
Just like pretty basic stuff.
Can you give me an example?
I mean, she, for one thing, at one point, she said she thought Islam was a country.
Okay.
All right, that's
fun.
Not a
mistake.
religion, okay.
Yep.
All right.
We also were talking about, like, crazy things that we've eaten at restaurants, and I said, like, well, this is pretty common, but I've had duck.
Yeah.
And she was like, duck. Now, would you consider that a meat or a fish?
Come on.
Really? She said that?
Yeah.
All right. I kind of get what you're saying then.
That's
So
amazing.
you don't necessarily feel like she's not as smart as you, but you feel like she might be kind of an airhead a little bit.
Well, it's just like, yeah, I mean, there are different types of intelligence, and I just feel like she lacks a sort of basic factual level
Is there-
of knowledge.
Is there any way that she could have just been playing it up and doing the, because some girls do the bimbo thing because they think guys think it's cute.
Oh, yeah.
You could tell it wasn't like she was planning these things. Like at one point we were talking about something, and she goes, "I think comedy is so funny." And
Obviously.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, that's what comedy's job is.
I like that. Eric, you and I are a lot different because that I got out with her, I've been like, perfect. You're right on my level. But
Funny things are funny.
yeah,
You're
comedy
right.
is a funny thing sometimes. So you just feel like she wasn't on your level then.
Basically, most of the date, I just was sitting there going like, I don't want to be this guy who just spends the whole time correcting her,
Yeah.
because it just makes me seem like an arrogant kind of know-it-all. And if I had spent my time correcting her, then our conversation would have gone almost nowhere, because I would have had to do it like every minute or so. So I just don't think we ever really need to talk again.
Really? That's a shame because she's actually on the phone and wants to talk to you.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
So, I'm kind of confused. I mean, it sounds like,
Yeah, we know.
that because I wasn't perfect or didn't know all of the same things that you do quite as well, that you are saying that I'm stupid? Is that what I heard?
I did not once say that you were stupid.
No, you didn't actually say those words, but because I'm not stupid, it certainly sounded like you were saying that I was.
I don't think that you're stupid.
I think you do.
That, no, I don't. I don't think you're stupid. I think that for the kinds of things that I usually like to talk about and the issues that the things that I was kind of putting out there to see what you would say, it wasn't really working out.
I may not be as smart, in certain areas, but I have street smarts, and I think I'm pretty bright. I mean, okay, for example, I was right. Comedy is funny.
It is.
And tragedies are sad.
She has a point, Eric. She was right.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're not wrong about that, but I think that, if you don't get why that's kind of a weird thing to say, then I think that is kind of the issue right
here. It's true.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, but also, we don't need to talk about how water is wet,
Maybe we do.
Then, see, if you think that, then that's fine, but I am so not interested in talking about that.
Wow.
I think you're being kind of picky, Eric. I mean, yeah, she gets some facts wrong and she doesn't really, maybe be book smart, but she sounds like a delightful person.
Can I just point out something? I thought, if you had fun with someone or you enjoyed them and, if the person was extremely attractive, that was kind of, important, too. And I was willing to I was going to just sort of ignore that part.
See that look,
Whoa.
Eric, do you think that you can ignore her not being on your level intelligence-wise if Hannah ignores the fact that you're not on her level hot-wise? Is what she's saying, I think.
It's a nice balance.
Yeah, I picked up on that.
Oh, my God.
I guess that brings me to my next point then. Would you guys like to go out on a second date? Eric, would you like to go out with Hannah again? I will pay for it. She'll ignore the fact that you're not as good-looking as she is.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh,
Come on,
shocker.
opposites attract.
So you don't even want to go out with me again? I mean, I kind of was being really nice to you still, despite everything you were saying about me. I'm sort of shocked that you don't want to try to make it up to me, You weren't very nice.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but that's the way
okay, so, what do we do now? I see you, one of the church events, and I see you and I go, oh, hey, there's the guy that thinks I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I guess. And then I'll be like, hey, there's the girl who thinks I'm ugly.
Look at that. It actually is a perfect second date update. It worked out for both you guys. Now we're all on the same page. That is amazing how that actually worked out for them like that. Text in at 78592 says, I'll date her. She's right on my level.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Mike, please?
This is Mike.
Mike, how you doing? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, where are you calling from?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
Okay. Did I win something?
No, you didn't. I'm calling you because we recently got an email from somebody who went out on a date with you.
Okay.
And she's been trying to get a second date, but you haven't been returning any of her phone calls or text messages. So she asked if I could get you on the phone and find out why.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm. Her name is Danica, and I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that you remember this date.
Oh.
Yes, I do. So she emailed you to call me.
Yeah, it's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update.
That's a little awkward, but okay.
What did you think of Danica, first off?
I mean, Danica is a really sweet individual. I mean, she has a really great heart. I would just say that she is a very highly emotional person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really?
We've talked to her about your date, and it was obvious from our conversation that she's very emotional.
Oh, okay, right. So then you got a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a sensitive guy, and I'm a Pisces. I pick up on people's vibes, immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it, but I mean, I've never experienced anything like that date ever in my life.
She told us about it and how she was 5 minutes late, and she was very upset about that, and she had been crying before. And
my God, I thought, she ran in the restaurant and had no idea what was going on. She had mascara down her face, and she was telling me about her dog named Monkey, and she literally started crying hardcore at the table. And
did you think at first? Did you think the dog died or something?
That's exactly what I thought. So I'm in shock, because of the way she's reacting to it, but then she was so honestly upset that it was making me upset, and I felt so bad for her, but I didn't know what to do. So she's freaking bawling, and I'm sitting here she kind of got me teary-eyed, and and here we're like a mess sitting in the restaurant, like everybody's staring at us.
Oh my gosh!
Wow. Yeah, that would be awkward. Oh man, that would definitely be awkward.
Yeah, it was the most awkward experience I've ever had in my life, and I feel bad for her. I mean, she's got a great heart.
Yeah, it sounds like she's a very sensitive person. I don't know what I would do if I was in your shoes. I'm a sucker when girls cry. Why do you think I can't ever break up with girls? Because they always like to cry as soon as you say I don't want to be with you, and then I'm like, all right, well, we'll stay. So I don't know what I would do if I was in your shoes.
Yeah, and finally when we left, I mean, I was pretty much in a really weird mood afterwards. I mean, when someone is deeply, deeply emotional for an hour, I was kind of a wreck, quite frankly.
I would have felt emotionally spent after that too.
I mean, that's the right word to use. Totally spent.
Oh my gosh!
All because she was 5 minutes late to your date.
Because she was late, and because she couldn't get her dog to use the bathroom or something. That's the craziest part.
Mike, I have to tell you this right now. Danica is actually on the phone listening.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I am.
Hi, Mike. I'm so, first I just want to say, listening to you, the way that you just told our story was so sweet, and you're such a nice guy, and I don't know what to say.
Why are you crying now, Danica? You're gonna get me choked up here. Why are you crying?
Because I'm just trying to I'm actually trying not to cry, and that's making me cry more.
Oh gosh, Danica.
Because I really care about you, and I really thought that after all we talked about online, I just knew you're such a good person, and then I came, and then I ruined everything, and I totally a terrible. I just felt
no. Stop. You're not a terrible person. You didn't ruin anything. Okay, I am sorry that that I couldn't deal with the situation properly. I apologize.
But, you know, it's like we talked so many times and was like, you know, building up towards the date, and then I show up and I'm late, and that's so inconsiderate, and I felt so stupid. And
No. It's okay. It's okay. You were late. I mean, it's that happens. It's not any reason, you know.
Oh my gosh, honey.
No, don't cry. Come on, Danica, don't.
Trying not to. I swear. I just wanna say that, and I know you've been avoiding my calls and my texts, and I understand.
I have, and I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay. Come on now. I mean, look, you know, I'm an emotional guy too. I mean, how are we supposed to function as a normal couple if I'm so sensitive and in tune to you, and you're, you know, you're connected to your heart, right? I mean, how are we supposed to balance that? We'd be a walking mess, you know, it's like a basket case of like emotions running around the street.
Are you saying you're concerned, Mike, that her being so emotional and you being so emotional, all you guys are going to do is sit around and cry together?
I mean, you know, I'm not saying that I'm going to sit around and cry, but I mean, you know, I'm saying that I'm going to feed into her feelings, and I'm going to want to, you know, nurture that. But I just feel like that's focused. That's kind of the energy is too focused on one thing. You know, I don't want it to be a negative situation.
I don't think it's negative, though. I mean, I don't think it's negative. Like, I think that you were, like, such a good, like, you showed me, like, what a good guy you were. Like, just, you know, sit there, and you were so sweet to me and so comforting, and, like, that's exactly the kind of guy I need.
Hey, look, you are sweet, okay? And that's why I was there. It's just... How are we supposed to function if we can't even have a conversation without you crying, you know?
Mike, would you be interested in trying to have a conversation with no tears with Danica?
I mean, if that's possible.
I can see if it's possible and ask you if you'd like to go out with Danica again. I'll pay for a second date for you guys.
It's possible, I swear.
What do you think, Danica? Do you think we can go no tears this time?
I promise. Like, I am I'm all cried out, you know? Like, I did it.
We can be happy, and we don't have
Yes.
to. And if I'm late or you're late, it's going to be okay.
Well, I'm not going to be late.
Oh my gosh.
And here's the thing.
Fair enough.
Here's the thing that you don't even know is that when I'm happy, like, I'm so happy.
Don't display you have major mood swings. Don't do that. I go from super happy to tears
Danica.
in the matter of seconds. All right. Well, Mike, so you will go out with Danica again?
Let's give it another try.
All right.
That is
Awesome.
It's going to be amazing.
It already is.
I can't believe it's happening, Danica. You may have found, you're right, your dream man, all right?
I told you, Brooke,
Yeah.
this is so awesome.
Don't screw it up, okay? No more tears.
No more tears. I'm totally going to keep it together.
Okay. Congratulations, Danica. You got your second date.
Oh my God, thank you so much, you guys.
You're welcome.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Mike, thank you very much. I look forward to hearing back from you guys after you go out.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep you updated.
Today's second date update brought to you by Xanax.
Even a joke.
Hello?
Buenos dias. Can I speak to please?
Yeah, this is...
Hi, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. How are you doing today?
I'm sorry, I think you have the wrong number. I didn't sign up for anything, I'm sorry.
I know you didn't sign up for anything, but somebody sort of signed you up for something.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, if that's true, then you can take me off the list. I'm not really interested.
Unfortunately, I can't take you off the list because this is a morning radio show, and you recently went out with one of our listeners, but aren't calling him back. So he asked us to get you on the phone and find out why.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with this.
I'll give you a little background first, okay? His name is Patrick. You guys met on Tinder?
I'm sorry. I'm really not. I'm not comfortable talking about this. I'm not interested.
Can I just ask you one question? I'm just curious about the text messages that you sent him after your date when you invited him to South America. Were you being serious?
Whoa.
She's hung
Wow,
up.
Patrick. You must have really pissed her off by not agreeing to go to South America.
This is getting even weirder.
All right, I'm going to try to call her back.
Look, I'm not trying to be a bitch. If I'm going to talk to you, I need you guys to bleep my name out.
Okay, that's fine. I can beep your name out. You're pretty much, you're anonymous anyway. Nobody really knows who you are. Do you have friends that listen to the show?
I don't know. I don't even know who you guys are. So
Okay. So you're pretty much anonymous. I promise you, if you let us talk to you for a minute, I will beep your name out. Nobody will know who you are.
So what do you need to know?
Well, I'm curious about the text messages that you sent to Patrick. So we talked to him about your date. He said that it was great. And then he told us after your date, you asked him to go to South America. He thought you were joking, and then it sounded like you were serious. And that's the last he's heard from you.
Those were private messages, and he probably shouldn't have shared them with you.
Okay, but he did, and he liked you a lot, so he asked us to get you on the phone. Do you not like Patrick?
No, I thought Patrick was a really cool guy. I thought he was, cute and funny and smart.
Okay, and were you serious about the invite to South America?
I'm just, my life's been pretty complicated lately, and
Okay.
it's just, I'm just going through some weird stuff right now, so I don't.
Okay, well, I don't want to get into all your personal stuff. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. If you liked Patrick, though, can you help us give him some sort of explanation? Because he really enjoyed your time together, so much so that he emailed us to get you on the phone.
I feel super shitty. I didn't want him to feel. I don't want him to feel blown off. I don't want him to feel like he's not a good guy. He is. It has absolutely nothing to do with him. It just has to do with what I'm dealing with right now.
Okay, can you give me anything that I can say to him, though? Like, just tell me what I can tell him so that he can feel good about it and move on if you don't want to see him again.
I'm getting married in 2 weeks, and
What?
Married?
You're getting
What?
married in 2 weeks?
Oh, girl.
What?
yeah, I'm getting married. I'm getting married in 2 weeks.
Why
Okay,
are you
what-
on Tinder?
I only did it once. I'm just having a lot of second thoughts, and Patrick seemed like a really cool guy after talking, and I figured if I went on one last date, maybe if I liked it, the universe would tell me where I was supposed to be, whether it was dating or getting married, and
So you were kind of having second thoughts about getting married and thought, I'll try one more date. If it's good, that means I shouldn't get married?
I don't know what the I was thinking. It's been a really stressful time, and I know it was stupid.
Okay.
Why are you getting married? Don't get married. If you're kissing another guy, don't get married. What are you thinking? That's the worst decision you could ever possibly make.
You know, Les, I already feel pretty I don't even want to make me feel shittier.
All right.
No, it's gonna
Hey,
make
I'm
you
not.
feel
No,
shittier
we're not
if
trying to.
you're
We're not trying to
married.
make you feel.
What?
We're not trying to make you feel crappy about it. Look, we're gonna keep her on the phone. We're not trying to make you feel. We're not trying to make you feel crappy about it. I promise. And I appreciate you taking the time to tell us what happened, because then I can go back to Patrick and sort of explain things to him. I do have a question about the South America thing. Can you shed any light on that?
I just thought we had a connection. I thought he was really special, and I figured if we were both willing to just drop everything and just leave and go be ourselves elsewhere, then maybe that would make us happy.
Whoa.
And I thought maybe he'd say yes. I thought
He said that you guys had a lot of wine. Was it the alcohol talking that night?
no, I was sober when I texted him.
You were sober when you texted him about
Oh,
South America.
my
So
good
in your
Lord.
mind, if you guys ran away together, like you were willing to run away with him if he said yes.
I thought if he said yes, that would be where we were supposed to be. Yeah.
So you're just gonna run away from all your problems, leave everything in the dust.
I think it's kind of a thing to say. I'm sorry.
Hey, what? Look, I whatever you're going through, you're going through. I appreciate you staying on the phone with us, and I appreciate you talking to us. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't want him to think it's him. It's not him.
Okay. Well, you can actually tell him that because he's on the other line listening.
is all this really true?
Are you kidding me?
No, that's Patrick.
I'm so confused right now.
I'm sorry, guys. This is bullshit. I don't want to talk to. I don't want to talk to you, Patrick.
Hannah, I'd love to talk to you. Can we get together or?
Oh no!
Hello?
Wow,
Oh,
Patrick.
What?
You devil, you. You almost got a girl that's getting married to leave the country with you and ditch her husband.
That's not his fault.
Yeah, it is. It's all your fault, Patrick. We didn't throw
I'm blown
those.
away, guys. I'm blown away.
You had
So
no
right.
idea that she was in another relationship, like none at all.
I had no idea.
Oh,
I'm like
dude.
freaked out right now.
Wow.
actually.
Not only was she in another relationship, engaged to be married, and was
Holy
thinking
crap.
about leaving her husband and the country with you.
Oh my God.
I really want to talk to her again
Why? What do you want to talk to her about? What are you going to say?
because I feel the same way. I don't know.
Why would you want to run away with a woman who's about to get married in 2 weeks?
I don't know what to think. I mean, I really like this girl, but then again, I mean, it was only one date, and I mean, I don't think I'm ready to run away to South America with her, but I mean, she shouldn't even get married into this guy if she feels that way,
Yeah,
right?
that sucks for that dude.
Jeez.
Now, if she would have been on the date with you and told you, I'm assuming you would say no, but I don't know, and told you, hey, I'm about to get married, but I really like you, and I think that I would leave him for you, what would you have done?
I have no idea.
Oh my God, why would you not? You say no. Why are men so attracted to crazy women? That
they're
girl
hot.
is a nut job.
Brooke,
I
you
am
always-
sorry.
You
Patrick.
always say you believe in love. Love works in mysterious ways.
Oh, bullshit.
Patrick, she was hot, wasn't she?
She was extremely hot.
There you go. That's what it is. Normally, this is the time where I ask if you want to go out on a second date, but she's not on the phone, and she's going to be getting married, so probably not interested in another date with you. I guess I'll ask the listeners. Text in 78592. What should we do from here?
Oh my gosh.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Ashley, please?
this is she.
Hey, Ashley, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
It's a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. My name is Jubal.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Have you ever heard of the show before?
I've heard of you guys. I don't listen as much, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Maybe you'll listen more after today since we actually get to talk to you on the phone. We actually are calling you today because we got an email about you from one of our listeners.
oh my goodness.
It's a dude named Justin that you went out on a date with.
What?
I can't tell. Was that a good what or a bad what?
And that was a creepy what?
Yeah, I understand how that could come off kind of creepy, but we do a segment on the show called the Second Date Update. So Justin emailed us about you because he really likes spending time with you, but now you're not calling him back.
Oh my goodness. I can't even believe he did that or we're even doing this.
Really?
Yeah.
He said some really nice things about you.
Okay.
One, he said you were drop dead gorgeous.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Did you not get that vibe from him that he thought you were gorgeous?
I mean, I get that he was into me, and, you know, I was into him too at first.
Uh-huh.
Then it just, I don't even know if I want to talk about it. It's crazy. It's almost crazy weird. Like, just, I don't know.
You have to
Okay.
tell us because he told us that you guys kissed at the end of the date. Like everything that he said about the date sounds perfect.
So, yeah, the kiss was nice, but afterwards I just had this unsettling feeling because we were kind of emailing. So he emailed me, and, you know, it was a nice email, but the attachment to it is what freaked me completely out.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Did he send you
All I can think of is like a picture attachment of something that you probably didn't want to be seeing.
Yeah, it's actually worse than what you're thinking.
How? How could it be worse? Because we're all thinking the same thing.
Yeah, no, not that at all. So it was a picture of us in his living room on the night that I was there. Like, it was almost like a hidden camera.
What?
What?
Whoa.
Hold on.
Yeah, and it was a little caption there, just, you know, saying how he wanted to go out again, and he had a great time. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, you filmed us? Is this something that you do?
Wait, and you're like, this isn't like a selfie. I'm just totally being clear here.
This is not a selfie. We took no pictures together. There shouldn't have been a picture of us, period.
Whoa. So you
That
think he
is
had like
creepy.
Some sort of camera in his living room filming you guys?
Yes, exactly. And it totally freaked me out. I didn't know what to do. It made me nervous. I was done after that.
What do you mean freaked you out?
Wait,
Ashley, this is Justin.
Okay, wait, what is going on here? What is this?
Well, that's Justin, who's on the other line listening to this conversation, and apparently he couldn't wait for me to call him in and let you know that he was on the other line. So, yeah, Justin's here.
Hey.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, right? Wow, you see the extent that I go to just to get you on the phone? First of all, hi, how are you doing? I mean, we haven't spoken since we had this amazing date, so...
Amazing date, but do you normally do that? Do you take pictures of the woman that you invite into your house and send them to her without her knowing?
Is that what you think this is? That's not what happened. I mean, I can understand what you mean by being freaked out about that, but that's not what's happening. I just thought it was sweet.
No, that is so creepy.
How is that crazy? How was it creepy? It was no. Okay. Oh, you guys think that I set her up to get her to my place and to spy into some kind of freaky deaky shades of gray?
Yeah,
because that's what
I think that's exactly what everybody thinks. How did you have a picture of you guys in your living room and there was no cameras in sight?
Right. So here's the thing. It was my security camera that I have set up in my apartment. I have several cameras in my apartment for protection, and that's just the thing to do. Everyone does that. So what happened was I reviewed the tape, because I review my tapes and to make sure no one's trying to creep into my place or anything. And I thought there was this very beautiful picture of us that I captured, and I sent it to her just to kind of get her attention. I thought it would be sweet. It's no different than what Hallmark does.
What? Oh my God, are you even hearing this?
You just don't do that. I don't see anybody that does that. I hear you. It was your security camera, but the nerve of you to send a picture, that's creepy. Nobody does that.
First of all, it's not creepy because you're very beautiful, right? And you have your picture on an app, so you put your picture out there for strangers to view you anyway. And it just so happened that we were together. I mean, what's the difference?
Justin, there's a huge difference. And who puts security cameras in their living room? Like maybe at your front door to get people like stealing packages or something, but like in your living room, man.
Brooke, now I'm sure you have someone has a picture of you somewhere in the universe in their living room right now.
That is freaking me out, man. And what happens if you and Ashley would have gotten it on the couch? Then you suddenly have a video of her that you could do whatever with. Like, no wonder Ashley's freaked out.
Look, I'm not a pervert. I'm not that dude. I would have deleted that, of course.
Yeah, I would have watched it a few times and then deleted it for sure.
But no, I'm not that guy. That's not what this is about. I really did have a great time, and I was just trying to get her attention.
Yeah, you definitely got my attention with that one. And you keep saying it's a security video, but that was a high quality definition, like camera or something.
I don't shortchange my safety, so I definitely go all out for my protection.
Yeah, because you need HD quality photos to catch a crook.
Well, you want to make sure you can see the curves of their face and their body and everything. I'm with you on that one, Justin.
I mean, I get that you guys think it's funny, but if I was that guy, if I was a pervert, why would I be the guy to send you the evidence of my so-called perversion? I mean, why would I send you a picture of it? That doesn't make any sense.
Because you're probably stupid.
No. Hey, she has a point. That's how most criminals get caught.
Oh, no.
It's true.
I'm not a criminal, I'm not a pervert, and I'm definitely not stupid.
Well, you did send that picture to her, and no matter what, that's a pretty stupid move. You have to know she would be creeped out by that, Justin.
I didn't know. I thought it would be sweet. I thought if she can see her and I together in that moment, she would be able to live out what was in my head.
Yeah, from your 42 megapixel camera that's hidden somewhere in your living room.
Brooke, just calm down. Like, you're supposed to be helping me right now, and you're not doing your job.
Well, I'm thankful that she's helping me out right now. I'm the one who needs the help.
Well, I think I'd like to help both of you out. Ashley, would you be interested in going on a second date with Justin? We will pay for it.
Oh, my goodness. I'm nervous about that. He makes me nervous.
Look, Ashley, here's the thing. We have an opportunity to go out again. Like, I wasn't trying to set you up for anything like that. It was my security camera. I probably just forgot it was on. I'm so used to it. It's just the thing I do. I have it on. And I guarantee you, if we go out again, we'd have an amazing time. You had an amazing time with me on the first date. Did you or did you not?
You're right.
Right, exactly. Right. So let's let bygones be bygones. Ooh. Let's let selfies be selfies, and let's just go out again and try this thing again because I really like you.
He's convincing. Oh, that was pretty convincing.
That was pretty sweet, Justin.
So, what do you think, Ashley? Will you give him another shot?
I'm really skeptical about this. Yeah, I mean, I'm really skeptical. However, tentatively, I will say yes.
Oh my God!
All right.
You better be
congratulations, Justin. You got a tentative date out of the situation.
Thank you, Jubal. I should say, Brooke. We're working on you right now. But thank you, Jubal. Thank you guys. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, America. God bless America.
You be careful, Ashley.
We'll let you guys work out the details. Update us on how it goes. And Justin, don't show up to that date with like a GoPro on your head, okay?
All right, sounds good.
And Ashley, congratulations to you. You just scored a date with a pervert.
Hello?
Hi, is Cammie there?
Yeah, this is she.
Hey, Cammie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Hi.
What's going on?
Nothing much. You're calling me.
Just calling to check in to see how you're doing.
Hey, Cammie.
Are you familiar with the show?
Kind of.
Have you heard a second date update before?
No, not really, but yeah. I guess.
No, not really, but yeah?
I heard of them.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations, Cammie. You're about to be the star of a second date update.
Okay, what does that mean?
Well, that means that you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and he liked you so much that he emailed us and asked us to call you and find out why you're not calling him back. His name is Dave.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Do you remember going out with Dave?
Yeah, I remember it.
Did you not like him?
That's an understatement. I don't even have words for it.
Okay.
He was being so childish. Like, my 5-year-old nephew is more mature than he is.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, the whole time, like the entire time, food, drinks, everything, he's making like these inappropriate jokes the entire night.
So when he brought you a drink and was like, hey, don't worry, didn't put any drugs in there.
He told you that?
Yeah, he did. He told us that. And that's why he thinks you're not calling him back, because of that joke right there. But it sounds like there's more to it.
Oh, no, he has a handful of like jokes. He has a load of jokes.
So you didn't feel danger by him when he said that. You were just annoyed.
Yeah, I was just annoyed. I felt like I was like babysitting like a grown man the entire time.
Then why did you go back to his house if you weren't having a good time with him?
I feel like I was giving him another shot. I was like, this is it. But I feel like he's that type of guy to have jokes in his pocket to try to impress a girl.
So you think he just memorizes bad jokes just in case he goes on a date?
Exactly.
What were some of the things that you can remember?
Oh, all right. He was like, what did the hurricane say to the coconut tree?
What?
Hold on to your nuts. This isn't your ordinary blow. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh my God! What did you laugh at any of these jokes?
I choked, which was very ironic. I choked on my drink.
I'm confused. Was he just throwing all these bad jokes out at you over drinks, or did it come up casually in a conversation? It was like, got a joke for that.
Yeah, like, for example, we were talking about my job, and he was like, what's the difference between my job and a dead prostitute? And I was like, what? He was like, your job still sucks.
Are you serious?
So he was just... That's awesome that he has all these jokes in the palm of his hand to throw them out there.
Oh, my God. It was just so deceiving. I'm like, you are a handsome guy, but you're just so stupid and dumb. Like, why are you...
But you still hung out with him all evening.
Yeah, because he's cute. He's attractive. And I thought, maybe it's just like he's nervous. I'm going to give him a shot. Like, we went back to his place, and I was like, maybe he'll be a little different in his own atmosphere. That was, that wasn't true either. He's still as childish at home as he is in public.
So even with all the bad jokes and everything, you were still in it until he made a roofie joke back at his place.
Yeah, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. Call me an Uber.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
That'll usually kill the mood.
Oh, it killed it. It was dead.
I can imagine.
Cammie, would you like to hear some more of his jokes?
No, I actually don't.
That's too bad, because he's actually on the phone listening right now. And I'm sure he's got many jokes for this occasion.
No, he's not. Are you serious?
Yes, he is.
Guess who?
Oh, you're creepy.
Sammy?
Hi,
I
Dave.
can't believe you don't like my jokes.
I
I don't.
Then why were you laughing at all my jokes?
Because it's nervous laughter. I thought you would get the hint that this is, like, uncomfortable, you know?
I thought we had a good time, and then all of a sudden you just split so fast after that little joke about the drugs and the drinks.
Little.
No, it wasn't just the drugs and the drinks. It was the other two. It was the other, like, 10 jokes that you were telling the entire night.
What, the coconut thing? Everyone loves that joke. You could tell I was just kidding.
No, I can't. Maybe because I'm an adult and I'm not playing childish games when I'm on a date.
Well, I mean, sorry. Next time I'll just tell some, like, more PG-rated jokes.
Have these jokes ever worked for you in the past?
If I were to rewrite the alphabet, I'll put you and I together.
Oh, that's your PG joke. That's bad.
the PG one.
Cammy, why didn't you tell him in the moment, like, hey, enough with the jokes. This is kind of offensive.
I didn't want to, like, embarrass myself and then, like, crush him at the same time. Like, it was just an uncomfortable situation. Like, I don't like making people feel bad.
Oh, well, it's okay now.
I didn't know you were on the phone.
Yeah, it's all different. Now that she knows you're on the phone, she feels bad about it, Dave.
Cammy, look, I'm sorry. I didn't know you felt that way. Had I known, I would have just stapled my mouth shut for the rest of the night. I really like you. I thought we had a good time. And if you ever want to hang out again, I promise I won't open my big mouth.
It's a pretty good deal.
No.
Cammy, you went back. Cammy, but think about it. You went back to his place even after all the bad jokes that you said you just hated. It was just that one joke that put it over the top. You must have liked something about him.
His face.
Okay, well, you like his face. That's good. You think he's a cute dude. Cammy, would you go out with Dave on a second date? I will pay for a second date for you guys.
No.
What if we make sure he doesn't say a word and you just get to stare at his face?
When are you going to be at the table with us?
Sure, if you want.
It's really...
How about this? He and I will sit there with you, and we'll just try to top each other with bad jokes the whole time.
Listening to idiots tell bad jokes the entire night is not my ideal date, so I'm going to decline.
All right.
I think that's a smart decision.
I'm really sorry to hear that, Cammy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Cammy, before you go, I got a joke for you.
No. Oh, my God. No.
How do you leave an idiot in suspense?
I don't know.
Nailed it. All right, that's all.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Rebecca, please?
This is she.
Hey, Rebecca, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm calling you because one of our listeners recently sent us an email about you, and I wanted to ask you some information.
About me? An email about me?
Yes. It's a segment that we do on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. It's basically if you go out on a date with somebody and then don't call them back, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask why.
Okay.
Have you been out on a lot of dates recently?
I wouldn't say a lot, but I've definitely been dating. I'm single, so.
All right. Well, this guy's name is Chuck. You know Chuck? Is that a yes? Is that a yes? You know him and you're not impressed by Chuck? Because that's what it sounded like to me. Or you don't know who Chuck is.
I know who Chuck is.
Okay. I'd appreciate it if you could just tell us maybe why you're not calling him back.
I mean...
He said you guys met at a singles mixer and ended up going to an art exhibit.
That's true.
Yeah, okay. He said at the art exhibit he was trying to act like he was smart and knew everything about art when in fact he really doesn't know much at all. And he thinks that you saw through that and that's why you're not calling him back.
I thought he knew a lot about art, so...
Oh, you did?
Really?
Oh, so he fooled you.
He like pulled it off?
I thought he knew what he was talking about. I mean, I don't know too much about art either, so maybe that was...
Really?
That's awesome. Okay, so there's some common ground between you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we had a good time. He's very charming and a little rough around the edges, but in a way that was nice and what I liked.
So if the date went really well, then why did you sound so disgusted when I brought up his name?
Well, he kind of creeped me out. I mean, and not for anything that happened on the date. The day went well. I came home. I felt good. You know, went to bed, and the next morning I got up and logged into my Facebook, and I had a ton, like hundreds of notifications.
Whoa.
And I was like, what's going, why? And he'd gone through, like, every single profile photo that I've ever posted and liked them. So all of these notifications were him liking my photos. And they were photos, I like swear to you, from like the beginning of my Facebook like lifetime. Like, I mean, when did Facebook start? This must have been from like 2006 or 7. Like, maybe even before that. Like,
oh man!
but maybe.
Anytime anybody's ever been on my thing and I get a like from like 5 years ago, like, oh, that's creepy.
No, it's totally creepy. And what's worse, it didn't just stop at Facebook though. He went to my Instagram and like left a few comments too on like old postings, like kind of in a way that seemed aggressive almost. It was like, thank God I didn't have a Twitter account, or like, what would he do? He's
retweeting tweets from 10 years ago.
I mean, you're telling me that you didn't look up all of his old pictures and Instagram?
Well, that's a good. I did look at photos, but I didn't like him, and I did not go back to like the beginning of his Facebook profile and be like, oh, you look adorable as a 24-year-old or whatever, whenever Facebook started. But that's like a huge red flag to me that, I mean, whether or not he knows the etiquette.
Thank you for sharing that with us, by the way. There is a difference between just looking at the photos. We know everybody social media stalks. We know that. There's a difference between looking at it and a difference between liking those pictures. Every single one, and old ones.
I think that is too far.
You're telling me that if somebody went on your Facebook, a guy that you dated, and started liking pictures from like 5 years ago, and how many pictures do you have on your Facebook, Rebecca?
Oh my God! I mean, like hundreds, like over 1,000 for sure. Like
he didn't like over 1,000 photos, though.
He liked like 600 of my normal photos, like photos I'm tagged in, photos I posted, like all of my photos.
Wow!
I think there was even a few events that he like liked on the way. Like who does that?
That must have taken him a lot of time.
Yeah.
All night.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's even creepier. I mean, that makes me want to not friend anyone ever. Like,
you know what? This might creep you out too, because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Let me get this straight. You don't like the fact that I like your stuff? I mean, why would you put
That's a bad way to
stuff
say it.
on the internet if you didn't want people to look at it and, like, comment on it? I mean, I just wanted to know more about you, you know? I really liked you. I wanted a little background on you, you know?
I mean, is like 600 of my photos like enough background? Like, how much background did you need? Like, did you need to go back to what I looked like in 2006 and like enjoy that moment of my life? Like, I never assumed that someone was going to go back and like every photo and leave comments. Like, I mean, Chuck, you found a photo of me when I was 24 and blonde and posted something like, hey, blonde bombshell. I mean, like, you posted that on that. Like, why would you do that?
It's true. You were a blonde bombshell. I wasn't lying. Forgive me for thinking that you were attractive at age 24.
But don't you think that's weird? Like, you posting on these photos from, I mean, on my Instagram, too, like, how long did it take you to do that? You sifted through 600 photos at least. I mean, were you up all night?
Well, I don't really sleep very much, so I was just up online, you know, and just sifting through photos.
Oh my God. Does that not creep anyone else out? Like, am I alone in this?
I kind of still think that he's likable and that you should give him a chance. I know that sounds crazy and I know it's really creepy, but he really doesn't sound like he gets it. Like, Chuck, do you just not understand how social media works?
Well, apparently I don't. I mean, if you're not supposed to like things, I mean, why is there a like button if you're not supposed to use it?
You're supposed
to put that there. I don't understand.
Because you're supposed to use it sparingly, Chuck. Like, use the like button like a precision sniper. One shot, right? You don't just go through with a semi-automatic weapon and just blow a bunch of likes across somebody's Facebook page. It's going to creep them out.
I thought it was a nice thing, you know? I mean, if somebody went through my photos and liked them or commented on them, I would be, like, really flattered. I mean, that's why they're up there, so people can enjoy them. I was surprised that Rebecca didn't like any of my photos the next morning.
I mean, I looked at your photos, but I didn't, like, go through and like them all, because, I mean, like, it's so creepy. I don't,
Creepy,
I mean,
creepy, or is he just more honest than any of us? Because at least he admits that he went through and stalked it instead of pretending like he didn't.
Rebecca, I would love to ask you if you'll go on a second date with Chuck. We will pay for it.
I promise I won't like you. And then I'll go back and I'll stay up all night and I'll unlike all the photos if you want. If that makes you feel better.
I mean, I did have a really good time. That totally creeped me out, but maybe you are just more honest than the rest of us with our Facebook stalking.
Okay, so you'll go out with Chuck again?
I think, yes, I think I'll...
Good.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Way to go,
Congratulations, Chuck. You got your second date. Now, I want to point out you did get a date by a girl going, I guess.
I'll take it.
All right, whatever it is, you'll take it.
A win's a win.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Mark, please?
This is Mark.
Hey, Mark, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Jubal?
Yeah.
From what?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm calling you because we recently got an email about you from one of our listeners.
Really?
Yeah. You recently went out with somebody and aren't calling them back, and they asked us to get you on the phone.
Okay.
Wow. Any idea who I might be talking about?
Oh, man. Might her name be Liz?
It might.
Oh, man.
Liv emailed us and said that you guys had a really good time, and she's confused why you won't text or call her back.
Oh, man, that is terrifying.
Whoa.
She doesn't understand why.
Did you say it's terrifying if she doesn't understand why?
Yeah, like that she doesn't understand why it's weird.
What?
Okay. Can you do us the favor and tell us why? She wants to know, and now I really want to know.
Well, I mean, you know, we go to dinner, we go to a fondue place, which is cool. Cheese is fun, you know. And she's pretty hot. You know what I mean? Like, she's hot.
We actually talked to her, and she did mention that she was looking very hot that night, and that she's hot, and it's weird that you're not calling her back because she's hot.
Yeah, it just kept going through my head, like, how is this woman single? Like, this is the kind of person you see with, like, a basketball player, like a professional basketball player.
She's like really hot.
She's super hot. She's sort of like dumb hot, you know?
Is that why you're not calling her back, because you think that she's dumb?
No, you know what I mean? Like, not literally stupid hot.
Oh, you mean like...
You feel stupid when you look at them.
Okay. Well, if she's so hot, then why are you blowing her off?
I mean, I know, like, this is the thing people say, like, crazy eyes, but, like, she definitely had crazy eyes.
Okay.
Then why would you go back to her house?
I mean, you know, my thing is, like, they're just sort of quirky and weird. It's like, all right, we can have sex once, but I'm definitely not going to, like, call you again.
Well, once you got back to her house, what made you finally decide to leave? Because she told us that you guys were making out and you kind of shut it down early and went home.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the making out was fine. It was good. It was, like, a lot of energy. And then she stops, and she looks at me, like, those eyes, and she goes, oh, my God, I'm late. And at first I'm thinking, like, she's late for a period. Or she's
yeah.
What? That's the first thing that you think of?
Well, whenever a girl says I'm late, that's the first thing that pops into my mind. Like, there's no way I could have got you pregnant. I just want you to let you know we've just been making out.
Yeah. I didn't even care. I was just, like, going through, like, the boring, normal things that could have been. And then she, like, runs upstairs. She has a 3-story townhouse. And she opens the balcony, and she has this, like, it's like a bag of breadcrumbs, and she's just, like, sprinkling them around. And I'm like, what is going on? She's not saying a word, okay? And then all of a sudden, these crows just start swooping in, like they were just waiting. Like they were waiting for her. Like, and I was just like, oh, my God, this woman feeds crows.
So she was feeding the crows?
Yeah. And she's like, I have to feed them. I have to feed them. I love them. I love my crows. They come and I feed them. And I take care of them.
A crow lady?
That's weird.
And she was talking to them, and she didn't even do, like, a weird baby voice to make it feel animated. She, like, used her normal voice to talk to them.
So
I was just like, this is weird.
So after she fed her pet crows, did you continue to make out with her?
I mean, she tried. You know, like, she went in for it, and I was like, okay, maybe I can do this a little longer. But like this thought just keeps going through my head. It's like, she feeds crows.
She's got pet crows.
I just don't want to. I can't stand by that behavior. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a party. Like, hey, this is my girlfriend Liz. She feeds crows. Like,
yeah. All right. Well, how would you handle it if I told you that she's on the phone listening right now?
Are you serious? What?
Yep. She's been listening to this entire conversation. Say hi, Liv.
Oh my God.
Hi.
What the hell is going on?
You didn't call me back, and so I really wanted to find out what was up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you were listening, you just heard.
Yeah, you could have told me instead of just ignore me.
What am I supposed to say? I think it's really unhealthy and strange that you feed natural scavengers that are terrifying and don't need your help.
I just really don't understand why crows bother you so much.
The crows themselves do not bother me. Me thinking about myself dating a woman who feeds crows in the middle of the night bothers me.
Crows come to me. I don't go to the crows. The crows come to me.
That's great. Then I'm sure you're going to have an easy time attracting a mate who loves feeding crows. Don't you want to feed crows with some dude who, like, his name is Raven and he just gets it? He gets you. You guys, like, write poetry together
really
about your
learn
crows?
something from the crows because they're loyal creatures. They mate for life. They're beautiful. You have a lot to learn.
We are not going to mate for life. We would argue for life.
You know what, Mark? You're so judgmental, and you have to live with that.
I am judgmental, and I do live with it because it helps me prevent myself from dating crow ladies.
Mark, don't you think, though, I mean, for once, like, you have a hot girl that is interesting.
For once? What are you, stalking me on Facebook?
I'm just saying, like, you were going off about how beautiful she was and that it's amazing to meet a beautiful woman who's not dumb. Like, she's got some other stuff going on.
That is the most depressing description of dating someone. Oh yeah, she's beautiful, like, but she's nuts, but like she's got a few things going on.
Well, Mark, I'm not even going to try anymore because I don't want to date you anymore. And I just want to let you know that crows, they remember faces. You just remember that. They remember human faces.
Are you threatening Mark with crows now, Liv?
No, I'm not threatening him. I'm just letting him know that the crows are going to remember.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what, Liv? If I see a crow in my neighborhood because of whatever black magic you're just trying to do on me right now, I'm going to get really pissed off. Okay?
Every crow that Mark sees from now on is going to think that you're sicking on him, Liv.
Yeah, you're making this worse for crows, Liv.
Well, at this point, I probably have to ask the question anyway. Mark, would you like to go out with Liv again? I will pay for a second date for you guys.
Oh, my God. Have you not been listening to the last 5 minutes of our conversation?
You know what? No, I don't want to go out with you anymore. And I wasn't kidding about the crows. They really are going to remember you.
Oh. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, Mark, thank you for your time. Good luck with everything, okay?
Thanks.
All right. Hey, Liv?
Yeah.
We're cool, right? Me and you?
Yeah, we're cool.
All right. I just don't want to piss you and the crows off is all.
Hello?
Can I speak to Travis, please?
Yeah, this is Travis. Who's this?
Hey, Travis, how you doing? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Fine.
Any idea why I might be calling you?
Honestly, no.
I'm calling you because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners.
Okay.
And you're not calling her back, so she emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and ask why.
What?
I'll say it one more time for you. You recently went out on a date with somebody who listens to our show, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And you're not calling her back now, and she would really like to see you again.
Okay.
But since she can't get a hold of you, she asked us to do it and see if we can find out why you're not calling her back.
Okay.
Her name is Nicole. Do you remember going out with Nicole?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys met at a party and hung out back at her place?
Yeah.
Well, according to her, you've said that you want to hang out again, but you've told her that you're busy, and then you just kind of stopped talking to her. Is there any specific reason?
Well, yeah, I'd like to hang out with her again. I just haven't had time.
Okay, so your excuse about being busy, that's true. You really do want to see her again?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Then why?
Sure.
What?
That's not
All right,
the
so
right
you say that, but why haven't you contacted her at all?
Listen, I don't know what to tell you. You got me. I didn't call her back.
Okay.
You're right.
Can you tell us why?
Well, she's a mom. She's got a 5-year-old kid, and I'm not ready for anything like that.
Okay. Why'd you agree to go out with her in the first place then?
Well, I thought at first that maybe it could work out, but then, after the date, I realized that there's no way.
So you're saying after the date you realized it. Does that mean that something happened during the date to make you change your mind?
I don't know.
I think you do know, Travis.
It's a long pause.
Look, Travis, this is like something that we do for our listeners. They want to get better at dating, so they ask us to call people and find out why. So if there's anything that you're withholding from us, I'd appreciate it if you could just be honest with us, and then we'll tell her to help her out.
When we were hanging out at her place, it was just weird.
It was weird?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. We talked to her. She said that she paid the babysitter. You guys hung out and made out a little bit. You didn't even have any interaction with her kid because she said you didn't even see the kid.
No, I didn't see the kid, but I knew the kid was just on the other side of that wall.
So just knowing...
What?
There were stuffed animals all over the place and Barbie dolls.
Okay.
Too much for me.
So you were cool with it until you got there and you're like, all right, I know there's a kid here. This just became real, and you didn't want to hang out with her again.
Well, it was more than that. I mean, things started, progressing between us, physically. I just couldn't get it out of my head that the kid was, right there.
So the whole time you're making out with her, you're thinking, all right, this is going to go to the next level. The only thing that's in your head is a kid.
Yeah, exactly. And I tried to put it out of my mind. I tried to play through it, and, I go under her shirt, and then I see her scar, and that was it.
What? So wait,
say that again?
When we were kissing, I lifted up her shirt, and I saw she had a C-section scar.
A C-section scar?
Yeah.
So is this about the kid or about the scar?
That was just a reminder that she has a kid. There's no getting around it.
Okay.
Can I ask, what is it, though, about the kid? I don't get why you're so shocked by all this when you knew about it going in.
I don't want to be in a position where I have to play dad. I don't want to be making out with someone and have a kid walk in. I don't want anything to do with it.
It didn't seem to stop you at the time.
What?
Hi, Nicole here.
Hey, Travis, Nicole's actually on the other line.
Are you kidding me? She's been listening in this whole time?
Sure have. And I think it's interesting that you'll tell these guys, complete strangers, what's going on, but you won't even answer a text for me.
Well, Nicole, they were asking questions. Yes, I answered them, and I didn't answer your text. And what do you think is more uncomfortable?
I guess that's a good point, yeah.
I would think responding to a text is easier than having a conversation. I mean, it's not like I was asking you for an explanation in person. I just sent you a text.
What am I supposed to say to you? Your C-section scar freaked me out?
I don't think you have to go that far, Travis.
You could at least give me the courtesy of saying, hey, listen, this just isn't for me, instead of just, hey, I'd like to see you again, and then nothing.
Yeah.
Why say you want to go out again if you don't?
Hey, listen, this just isn't for me, okay? Lady with a baby isn't for me. All right? I'm sorry. I was trying to let you down easy by just ignoring your text. I thought you would get the clue, but this isn't for me.
Yeah, I don't think this is for me either.
Oh, that's a shame, because I was going to see if you guys wanted to go out again. I will pay for it.
Oh, will you? Yeah, why don't you go and get us 3 tickets to Disney on Ice?
Disney on Ice. All right.
That was a no.
So I guess neither one of you want to go out again.
No, definitely not. And you know what, Jubal? You're right. I'm way too put together.
See? Told you.
Called it.
All right. Well, Travis, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Okay. No more single mommies for you.
You got that right.
Okay? And don't call them single mommies because that sounds creepy.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Dana, please?
This is Dana. Could I ask who's speaking?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. How are you?
What?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
I'm sorry, do you have the wrong number?
I don't think so. Is this 26010?
Yeah.
Then, yeah, you're the Dana that I want to be calling. Are you busy right now?
Hold on. What's this about?
Well, my name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
We do a segment on our show that's called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then you don't call them back after that date, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask why you're not calling them back. And somebody emailed us about you.
Who?
His name is Billy. You guys didn't really have so much of a date as you hooked up one night, and he's been trying to get a hold of you.
Wait, what?
You remember meeting Billy?
Yeah, I remember meeting him.
Okay, well, he's wondering why you're not calling him back. He talked to us, and he told us all about meeting you and how much he thought you guys hit it off. And he's curious to find out, if he did something wrong or...
Did he tell you guys about what happened that night?
Well, I don't want to blow him up too much, but he said the details were a little bit hazy because you guys were drinking a lot. But he remembers meeting you, dancing, kind of making out, and then waking up in the morning and you were leaving.
There was definitely a little bit that went on in between those events.
Okay. Do you mind talking to us for a minute and telling us what that is?
Let's just say that it was one of the more traumatic things that's happened to me in my romantic life.
Whoa.
It was traumatic.
Yes.
What did he do that was traumatic?
Honestly, I feel uncomfortable even saying it out loud again because it was easily the worst night I've ever had in my entire life.
Whoa.
Was he that bad in bed?
Kind of.
He kind of was. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right, now I'm really curious because he doesn't remember anything.
Well, good for him because I will never ever forget it.
All right.
But
God,
you
I'm
stayed.
dying right now.
Yeah, you stayed the night. Like it couldn't have been that horrible.
What happened?
Well, I stayed the night because I was too drunk to do anything.
Oh, so if you were less drunk, you would have left in the middle of it, or something? I don't know. What? So what? Can you tell us what happened? He wants to know. He's willing to hear whatever it is you have to say.
So the lights are off, and we're not wearing any clothes, and it's like all about to go down for us, and I felt this like weird kind of like wet thing kind of like roll down my spine.
What?
Roll down your what?
The back of my spine.
The back. Okay.
So I'm like, maybe he's sweating, or I don't know, maybe I'm sweating and don't know it, or there's like something going on that I don't know about. And so he immediately like pulls away from me, and I'm like, what's going on? And he goes, my tooth fell out.
He lost his tooth down your back?
Swear to God.
Oh my God.
And what did you say at that point?
I was like, are you kidding?
Uh-huh.
But he's like, I just went to the dentist and they were wiggling around with my tooth. I just got an implant. He's like, so it must have just fallen out.
So it was a fake tooth. It didn't get knocked out. It just fell out.
No, yeah, it wasn't real. It was like an implant that I guess didn't work out. And so I was like, I was like absolutely shocked, like stopped in my tracks.
Yeah, when you're making out with somebody and
a body part falls out.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be shocking.
Right. So like he immediately like turns the lights on and he's like, can you help me find it? Can you help me put it back in?
Wait, okay. Were you guys naked at this point searching for his tooth?
Yes.
That's
With treasure
awesome.
hunts on. That's amazing.
So we looked like all over the place. We looked through the sheets. We looked like under his bed.
Yeah.
And about after like 10 minutes, we found it. And I gave it to him, and he was like, I'll put it in myself. And I was like, great.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was like, okay, I need to go to the bathroom because I like literally had the willies. Like I had to like.
Well, you just had somebody's tooth fall out and roll down your back. I think that would gross anybody out.
Yeah. I was like disgusted, right? And I was like, okay, come out, like ready to be like, okay, dude, like
let's cool it, and he was totally passed out asleep.
Dana, I'm going to go ahead and say I understand why you're not calling him back.
Well, I appreciate the support because it was absolutely disgusting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Dana, I should let you know right now that Billy is actually on the phone.
Hey, Dana, I'm...
What?
Man,
Oh my God,
can't-
Billy, I am so sorry. I had no idea you were on the line.
Well, I mean, it's cool. I'm like mortified that happened. I'm super embarrassed. Like I don't remember it. I'm sorry that it happened. Like no one should have to go through that. Oh, but I mean, you have to admit it's kind of funny, right?
You know, Billy, like, I understand that you probably think that's funny, but I was absolutely disgusted. Like, I thought I was going to actually throw up at your house.
And not from the alcohol. I was going to throw up because your tooth fell out and rolled down my back.
To be totally honest, like I'm actually kind of relieved to hear like that's what it is, because I would have been like way more mortified if like I had puked on you or something like that. I mean, it's like, you know, it's a tooth. It's a fake tooth. It fell out. It's funny, you know.
Once you see something that you can never unsee, it's just not going to work out.
Oh, you have to give me a second chance. It's such a freak accident, and it's nothing that serious.
A freak accident? Your tooth rolled down my spine.
That's
the definition of a freak accident.
Oh my God.
That's a quote I've never thought I'd hear before.
Think about that. That's like a connection that we'd have. Dana, that's like a funny story we could tell, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Dana, what if I pay for it? We'll pay for you guys to go on a second date.
Honestly, you're nice enough, but like not all the money in the world won't unsee that from my brain.
Okay, so you need money for counseling instead of a second date.
Yeah.
because I have a fake tooth, that's the reason? That seems a little shallow, you know?
I think you're reading into it wrong, Billy. She's not turned off by the fake tooth. It's the fact that your fake tooth dribbled down her back before you were about to make love.
But be honest, you can't wait to go tell your buddies this story.
Yeah, dude. If that happened to me, I would be doing the same thing. I'd be on the phone to everybody like, dude, you got to go on Moving 925. Listen to the podcast.
I totally toothed you.
Yeah, I toothed a girl.